my daughter today, and most of y'all that know my daughter Diamond, you know that she's extremely competitive. She's my heartbeat. She's my world. She's the air that I breathe. She's the reason why I'm in debt. She's the reason why I'm in debt. Doesn't matter how much money I make, when I get off the road, she takes it all. She's the reason I'm in debt. And she's very competitive. And we was playing Monopoly, you know, and all my life we've always played games. I don't care if it was ping pong, if it was pool, whatever it may be, card games. And so I would always win. And when I didn't win, I would just let her win, just being daddy. When she got older, you know, she became a trash talker. I don't know where she got that from. You know, she realized she had a little swag, and she started talking. So, you know, she was talking junk one day, and we was playing Monopoly, and I beat her. And then, you know, she said, Dad, one more game. I said, okay, Dad, one more game. I gotta go. I got a program. I gotta go. And she won. I mean, I'm serious. I didn't try to let her win. She won for real. And when she won the game, she reached over across the table and said, bam, in your face. Take that with you. I would have gone out the room. I started getting dressed. She walked on my bedroom. She said, Dad, bam, in your face. Take that with you. I'm getting myself together. I come back downstairs. She tripping. Bam, in your face. Take that with you. I got to the front door. I turned around and walked back. I said, Diamond, when you get through doing all that, do me one favor. She said, yeah, Dad. I said, just remember that all that you're excited about, it all go back in the box. My sisters and brothers, I don't care where you go, what you do, what you accomplish. I mean, the party's the party, what drink you drink, what you get, no matter what rap you rap, no matter what song you sing, no matter what dance you dance, don't matter when you go and you know what I'm talking about, because we ain't gonna say it in church. When this life is over, it all comes back to the box. And somewhere between right now, while you're doing what you're doing, you better remember that one of these days, you gotta get in this box. And before you get in this box, you better get your relationship with God, so that when you're going through the rough time and the tough time, you got somebody you can call, because the box ain't going nowhere. Oh yeah, you gotta get ready. You gotta get ready for your box day. And one thing about it, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how. Listen. I'm not the preacher. Let me say, I'm the pastor, the founder, the bishop, but it ain't my hour. But let me tell you this: I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what your whip is you driving. I don't care if it's sitting on 20, 22s or 45. Let me tell you something. Before, when this life is over, if you ain't got no relationship with God, you better take time to get to know the man. And understand this: I'm not talking about a whole lot of people, Mom, know the 23rd Psalm. I ain't talking about knowing the 23rd Psalm. I'm talking about knowing the shepherd. You gotta know God. Listen. Nobody's expecting you to be perfect. Nobody's expecting you to never make a mistake. That ain't the God we serve. I don't know when these church folks start putting that lie in their rumor house. To be a Christian doesn't mean that you can't live your life and you can't enjoy your life and you can't be on stage and you can't entertain. That's a lie that the devil wants you to believe. It ain't about that. It's about how you treat people. Talk to me, somebody. You ain't got to walk around with a Bible every day, but it's about how you treat one another. Can you love your family? Can you forgive those that have done you wrong? Can you buy some boots when you got the money for it, for somebody that need them? It ain't about being perfect. I understand. I'm 50 years old. I understand. I was a nightclub singer for years. I modeled around the country for years, and it was amazing because when the Lord called me in the ministry, the most difficult hour was that it was difficult to get people in church, because church people were so judgmental and so critical that it made the people in the world feel uncomfortable when they came in the pew. That's why when I got the call, I said, well, this is the program, and then it was going back and forth, and I said, let me tell you something. I said, tell them this. Send them out how you want to send them him out. I'm good. No matter what song you play or what dance they dance, the God that we serve, and He's concerned about that. He's concerned about is your heart right? Do you love people? Do you treat people right? It's the rappers on stage that'll bless more people than preachers in the pulpit. Don't bring me there. It ain't about your occupation. It's about your relationship with God. If you walk into the cemetery, on every headstone mound, there's a year that the person came in. On the other side, there's a year that the person exited. And right in the middle is the dash. That little hyphen. That first date tells us when you got here. That second date tells us when you left here. But that dash gonna tell God what you did while you was here. And every last one of y'all sitting under my voice, I got some news for you. You better go on. Work on your dash. I'll tell you something that most bishops would never tell you. I didn't come out in the world because the world wasn't fun. I didn't leave the bar because the bartender ran out of my drink. I didn't stop going to the hotel, the motel, the Holiday Inn because I ain't have no money or because I ain't have nobody to go with. No, that wasn't the reason. I didn't stop going to the party because there wasn't no hits to dance on. I want to know the world was fun. People in church, so the world ain't got nothing to offer. What world are you talking about? The world got a lot to offer. I didn't leave the world because it wasn't fun. I left the world when I began to weigh out my life. And I began to look at how I wanted to exit and what legacy I wanted to leave and how I wanted my family to perceive me. And then I began to look at my friends who was caught up, and this one was strung out on drugs, and this one was strung out on crack, and was burying this one from an OD, and all this kind of stuff, and this one was gunned down in the club, and this one was shot in the street, and this one caught a case for 20 years. And I told the Lord, Lord, if you get me out of here, I won't come back. I didn't leave because it wasn't fun. I left because I wanted my tomorrow to be better than my yesterday. There's somebody sitting out here having fun, having fun, having fun, having fun, having fun. Turned up, turned up, turned up. And when all that's over though, I want you to remember something. I had a bad toothache about a year ago, Mom. The thing hurt me so bad on Monday, hurt my face swelled up on Tuesday. I hate telling y'all this. Wednesday I was crying. I was balled up like a little girl. I was just crying. I called the dentist, they couldn't see me till Friday. Thursday it eased, Friday it was gone. So Friday I woke up, I know I had a dentist appointment, but I remembered, man, they're about to put that needle in my gum and rip that thing out. So I called the dentist and said, no, I'm good, man, I'm good. I ain't coming here today. About 4 days later, so I canceled it. 4 days later it came back. You know something? When death comes, can't cancel it. When death is ready for you, you might as well be ready for him. Because you got to go. You got to live your life so that when death calls you, you can answer. I'm going to say this to you in closing. I understand the way that Kay went. And that's between he and God, because the one thing that we don't know, let me tell you why we can't judge. Because everybody in this congregation right now, if I was to ask you what color suit that I have on, if you're not colorblind, you would tell me. If I was to ask you what car I'm driving, if you walked in the parking lot, you could tell me. If I was to ask you what was my nationality or my skin tone, you could tell me. If I was to ask you my occupation, by now I think most of y'all know, you could tell me. But if I was to ask you, what was the last thing I said before I went to sleep last night? You couldn't tell me. You couldn't tell me because you weren't there when I went to sleep. So you can't judge, can you? Because you don't know what he said until you listen. Come on, somebody. You don't know what he told God before the angel dropped down. Come on, somebody. You don't know relationship in the spirit. Because Romans says that nothing shall separate me from the love of God. So somebody say, well, this is an unforgivable and an unpardonable sin. Yeah, but that's based on the logic of man. That's not based on the grace of God. We don't know what God is going to say. And I ain't trying to be funny. The A of me, the C of me, the full gospel, the Catholic, the Methodist, none of us have a hell or a heaven to put nobody in. We can't judge nobody. So all we can do is just lift our voice and say, Lord, take care of this spirit. Take care of this soul. Put your hands together and let's give God the praise for the life of Kayo and may his memory live forever. I dare you to stand on your feet and praise him because God is still in charge. Amen. This time I'm going to ask you to read the obituary silently as you read. One of the baddest vocals I've ever heard in my life is going to come and bless you with a song. And then Minister Chambers, all the way from the windy, cold, icy city of New York, is going to come and bless you. There, if I have an event, you know I love you, know I'm a phone call away, whatever y'all need, whenever you need it, it doesn't matter. Hit me up and we're there. We pray and hope the services rendered have been conducive and sufficient for your liking. We invite all of you. You don't have a church home, you don't have to have a suit, you don't have to have a church dress. If you don't have a church home, 9 o'clock every Sunday morning, they stand around the walls, but we'll make room for you to come. We'd love to have you to come worship here. Let's give the Lord a hand clap of praise as the psalmist comes one more time.
I'm gonna do it big, Kayo. I'm gonna blow. Yeah, your mother, yeah, I love her. You my brother, you don't even know. We was sitting on the stage, looking at those Dutchess flow. Stitches cute that shit. Bang on Nation, ain't my niggas though. Damn, Kayo, damn, Kayo. Which direction y'all gonna go? Brandon just was asking, do I do acting? Boy, you killed the show. This moment, you can have it back. My trophy, you can take it back. I will start all over, Deborah, whatever, to bring Kayo back. Deborah, she just told me I'm a baby, man.